Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, there's one little piece of hair. There we go. I know. Who cares, right? It's my videos. I don't give a shit. So, anyway, yep, and I have a little special lady here. She's like, oh, no, I haven't had a chance to fix my hair yet, Mom. She's so silly. So, anyway, these 3 days, or I should say, so far, these 2 days I've had off, I have today off too, have been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I knew they would be, not just because, oh, I get to sleep in and this and that. Now, I knew, my intuition was telling me that, no, there were some wonderful things that were going to be happening, and sure enough, they have been. So, yeah, it was like, as you all know, Sunday I spent the day reading that book, and of course some things came out with that, which I posted yesterday. Kind of spent the day yesterday hashing it all over, doing some healing work and so forth. I needed to really look at what happened last year, right dead in the face. I really did. And heal from it. I really did. Knowing that I'll never get apologies, whether it's from my best friend who decided to walk away, or not necessarily an apology from her, but just have that discussion. I've tried reaching out to her several times, trying to explain things and so forth. It's like, look, I was not well, this and that. No. So it's like, okay, fine. I at least am trying, because I don't even remember. I mean, that's the problem, because I was so whacked out with things. I don't even remember the discussion that we had. I have no idea what it was even. I mean, I kind of have an inkling as to what it was about, but I have no idea what was said or anything. I have no memory of it at all. So, but it's like, all right, I get it, but, you have to also take into account where I was at that point. And that was part of the problem. It was the problem, basically, with everything that happened last year. Nobody was listening. Nobody wanted to recognize how sick I really was. I knew at the time how sick I was, and nobody was listening, not even doctors. It's like, oh, well, you're still walking around, breathing this and that and everything. You're not dead yet. Right. Then, of course, I know I've talked about my father and stepmother quite frequently. We know what happened there. And even somebody else. I know I posted videos on it last year with what was happening at the time. Basically, I got blocked. And was even called a negative person, basically. Basically told to go suck on a straw. And it was like, no. You know what I say to you all? Fuck you. I'm sorry. I don't deserve any of it. Not with what I was going through. Almost died in somebody's house. And all they gave a shit about was their damn money. Fuck you. That's right. So yeah, spent the day doing a lot of healing. A lot of, at least facing it all, And, okay, you know, I get it. And it is difficult. That's what I was saying yesterday. It is difficult, not just, from a money standpoint, even. After going through an experience like that, what I went through when I had that stress test done, with experiencing what I did experience on the other side, basically given what I call a gift, and still having to be here, and having to face every single day what people still value. Because over there, in that realm, basically, it's peace and unconditional love. And then coming back here, still dealing with a very sick body, not getting help, and still having to be dealing with, not even just everything from a monetary standpoint. Let me take these off. I don't like the reflection. But also still dealing with people's egos, still dealing with people's fallacies, still dealing with still having to be dealing with all of the mundane, having to be dealing with all the frustrations and all that you have to deal with on a daily basis with the world. With people not listening, with people looking at things from their own perspectives, that egocentric, all those egocentricities and so forth, and never really, and not really receiving much in the way of empathy. I know it sounds very selfish or whatever, but considering what I was dealing with, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? But yet at the same point, they stub their toe or some shit, and they expect you to bow down and kiss it. And it's like, and here I am, I'm struggling to breathe and not getting any help. And nobody caring. So yeah, I was a negative person. Understandably. And the one person that I thought would understand not just that situation, but also what I was dealing with my NDE and so forth, shut me down. Because they were also dealing, which I get it, they were also dealing with their own situation. But it isn't a situation where you can go and talk to a shrink about it, just any old shrink or whatever. Because, let's face it, most people don't even believe in it. So how can you expect to go out and find somebody to talk about it? And unfortunately, I wound up getting shut down by that person as well. The one person I did find, which I get. Maybe I was expecting too much. that one person, like I said, it wasn't just about the NDE experience, but also going through something similar. There had been a connection there for quite a while. I never understood. I still don't understand it. But, it is what it is. And then, of course, everything happened, too. So, and unfortunately, the one thing that I've come to realize with that individual is that they didn't understand I didn't have the support network. And I know that that's what I was looking for. So that maybe, just maybe, I could have a chance. And it took finally really moving 2,000 miles away, 1,500 miles away, whatever. Yeah, 1,500. As the crow flies anyway, according to the airplane that we were on. Yeah, it took that, even there at the last minute, for me to finally find my support network. And I have found a really good support network here. Anytime I get down, not just physically, I try my best not to show my emotions or what have you, but they still come out. Have been coming out the last couple of days. Especially, of course, on Sunday. And they've been there. But anyway, it is what it is. And that's why I was saying yesterday, really, what I have to do is I have to learn to just work through things by myself. And rely on spirit, my guardians and guides, for support. They're my support network. Because with here, and yeah, it can drive you insane. And the one thing that even that one person can understand, and in some ways they get it, where even if you have a support system or whatever, you're still alone in the process. Unfortunately, even if you have people around who understand, you're still going to feel alone. So that's how your ego works too. That's how that depression works. And you have to go through the depression also of what you're going through. You can't just be all positive all the time. You have to go through those stages of depression in order to heal. And the loneliness, that loss of the fact that you're not going to have your old life still. Because even if you are able to get yourself back physically, the experience changes you mentally and emotionally, spiritually. And you're not going to, and of course, it's going to change your personality. And you're not going to be the same person in those respects, energetically, basically, than what you were before. Because you're going to carry that with you for the rest of your life. There's always going to be reminders, even no matter how much you may even try and push it down, push it to the back of your mind, bury it deep inside yourself and so forth. There's going to be something that's going to bring it back up, whether you like it or not. It's that thing called baggage that everybody in the dating universe is always saying to not bring it with you into the relationship. Well, guess what, assholes? It's going to come with, whether you like it or not. You got it too. And you're going to be bringing it with you too. Not everybody, no one, not just not everybody, but absolutely no one is a cheerleading squad. And all you're looking for is a fucking one-night stand. So, but yeah. So, where do I go from here? Well, part of it has been, it has helped to rebuild me, the whole experience. It's helped me to get myself back in many ways, which I'm very appreciative of. It's helped bring back my confidence, my fire. And I made a decision that as soon as I get through these little humps that I'm in, that I'm going through right now, walking away from the job. I've been facing my fears, something that I'm used to doing, something I've always done. I'll admit that these fears that I was going through, these are some of my darkest fears that I've had to face. And they were very difficult to face. But I've been facing them head on, like I always do, taking them one step at a time, and healing from them, and conquering them. Not too worried about the fucking ladder at this point. I don't give a fuck. So I'm going to walk away from the job. I'll put in a 2-week notice. And I'm going to go back driving. I did enjoy it. And I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy my independence. Yeah. I'll be losing all those bennies. I'll get over it. I miss being able to spend time with my baby. What's the point of doing all that work? I mean, basically, my whole life is focused around that fucking job. From the time I get up in the morning until I get home at night. Because it's like, I know my body. I know I have to eat early so I can let my stomach settle, so I can make the 1-mile trip down there without getting sick, and without needing to run to the bathroom all the time while I am working. And so that encompasses my whole morning. And then, of course, you know, some mornings I have to cook also. I have no time to be able to do my yoga. I have no time to go for a morning walk. I have no time to spend time with her. I spend 9 hours there, with taking an hour lunch. Because again, I need to be able to at least have a little bit of time after I eat. It's not as bad with the second meal of the day. And I only typically eat 2 meals anyway. And it's not so bad with the second meal, with having to need to have so much time to be able to let my stomach rest. But I still need a little bit of time. I can't just rush through my food and then hit the sales floor again. I need that extra half hour to give my body an opportunity to equalize itself. So I'm spending 9 hours of my life there, of my day there. And I come home, I have to take my shot, eat a little bit, my nighttime insulin, and then go to bed so I can make sure I get enough sleep so I'm not exhausted. And then the whole cycle starts all over again. I have no time to spend with her. Or even if I, have to call out, a little bit later I might feel okay to be able to go in. And I could do that. But I can't. I don't have that option. And I'm fed up with it. And I knew I would. Whether I'm working this job or going to get a job in doing graphic design or what have you. No. This isn't what I signed up for. I've wanted to be my own boss my whole life. And I had the opportunity, but look what happened. A lot of shit happened. Now I have my chance again. And I really did enjoy it. I don't want to be, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be doing that for the rest of my life. I would much rather be doing other things. I would much rather be a life coach, yoga instructor, Tai Chi instructor, doing the sewing, having the diverse economy, basically. I'd rather have the diverse income sources and also have opportunities to be able to spend time with those that I love. That's what matters to me most. That's why I don't want to be spending a whole lot of time doing ride sharing or deliveries or what have you. I don't want to be in it for very long. But another thing that has been irritating the fuck out of me is I work today and I have to wait 2 weeks for that fucking pay. Yeah. I feel like I can't move forward. I feel like I'm not moving forward. I can't move forward until 2 weeks. And then the majority is going towards food. It's going towards my prescriptions or whatever the case may be, which reminds me I got to get with Walgreens today. So I'm going to be needing my sensors here soon. So yeah, this is where I'm at. And I'm just like, it's not the sort of life I signed up for. It's not the sort of life I've ever wanted. Yeah, I wanted to be free of all that fucking chaos. But not like this. I still have to be in control of my own life. And with what I'm doing, and then having, to meet quotas and all this sort of crap. Fuck you. What's it serving? Nothing. Except to be putting more money, into the owners and stockholders' pockets. That's it. And what is it serving? Oh, well, look at the community initiatives that we do for such and such causes. That is all face value. To make you look good. That's all it boils down to. What's actually happening behind the scenes is another story. And that's the way it is with corporations. Constantly. And I'm fed up with it. What sort of the real value is, what sort of person are you? How much do you really take care of people? So, and I mean really take care of them. If that was the case, why do we have if you really do take care of people, then why is there so much homelessness in the world? Why, in this country alone? That is probably one thing that bothers me more than anything. And not just because of what I've been through, what I almost went through, but because of what I have seen over the years. I watched it grow immensely. And it's fucking bullshit. It's all because of what I just talked about. The fucking greed. And why? Why? It makes no sense. And it's not just because of what I experienced a year ago with the stress test. It goes beyond that. So, I mean, what they should be doing is taking that and remodeling some of these dilapidated buildings, or rebuilding new if they can't be saved. Shit like that. That's what should be happening. Yeah. After all, this one here, she actually was homeless for a while. I know, from what I know of, a week, when she was just a baby. Yeah. So she knows. And she's very, very appreciative every day. Yeah. But anyway, aside from all of that, with the healing and so forth, facing things and everything, yesterday was a great day. Definitely made my bread. I got up, went downstairs, made the dough, got it in the oven, ate breakfast, cleaned up the kitchen, brushed my teeth, curled up, took a nap. A couple hours, felt wonderful. I miss that so much. I miss being able to do that so much. I can't do that with this job, especially when I with my meals. It's like I have to lay down for at least a little while, because it's like the insulin, it drops me, and when it drops me, it makes me sleepy, and then it's like an internal battle, basically, where that happens every time I have to eat. It's like I have the insulin dropping me, but then the food is, kicking in and raising me, and it's like an internal struggle that happens every single time I eat. And I find that, and it makes me so tired, so very tired. And I find that the best thing to do is just to lay down, even if it's just for 45 minutes, And I struggle trying to find that time to be able to do that before I have to leave for work. And I'll admit that's one of the reasons why I basically leapfrog when it comes to getting showers. I don't get a shower every single day because I want to be able to have that opportunity to be able to lay down for a little bit before I have to finish getting ready and go to work, I mean, I clean up, don't get me wrong, a little bit or whatever, but my hair, I just take it and throw it back in a ponytail, It's like, you know what, people, fuck you, it's good enough. If you don't like it, don't look at it. That's the way I look at it. But, as far as, I at least clean up odor areas. If I don't just get a full-on shower. But that's just the way I look at things. So, because I got to take care of me, and it's difficult to go and spend all that time at a job when you're half asleep because you needed that opportunity to just chill a minute, And I missed that. And it felt good doing that yesterday. And that's when I was like, nope, I'm going back driving. I don't care. I'm just going to get through these little things, these doctor's appointments and so forth, and just ride it out. And especially the doctor's appointment, getting her in, get her taken care of. So I'll make that sacrifice just a little bit longer. And then, of course, I'll have to get on insurance again. And I know I'm going to have to pay for, car rental every week, but it'll be worth it. So, at least I'll have my freedom. And at least I'll be feeling like I'm moving forward instead of at a standstill on a constant basis. I'm fed up with that shit. Unless something changes, which it can, but that's how I feel right now. So yeah, after I got up, I waited a good 4 hours, basically, for my bread to rise. That bowl that I bought, perfect. It was perfect. It was like, yes, good job. I did a very good job of picking out a really good bread rising bowl. So, very happy with that. And afterwards, I punched it down, shaped it, broke it up into two, kneaded it just a little bit more to help get some of the, crusty off the top, kneaded that, and shaped them into loaves, and, of course, threw them into the buttered loaf pans, and I like to use the glass ones. Creates a little bit of a crispy exterior during the baking. Oh, you gonna play with your mommy? Okay. She's been in a very playful mood. Yeah, that she has. And let them re-rise again. And that's where out there I always have issues, is the second rise. And, oh my God, what's she doing? Look at her. And yeah, and I've tried several different things. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I've tried several different methods to try and get that second rise. Well, heck, even the first rise can be difficult a lot of times. And it's not just the altitude, it's also the dryness, And I've worked, tried different things and so forth. And my final thing that I did was the best thing that I had found that worked. At least I was able to get it the dough to rise a little bit better. But definitely being here, with it being pretty much at sea level, and then the moisture climate, wow, huge difference. And that second rise, I was just like, okay, don't spill. I mean, it was popping up over the pans quite high, and I was just like, okay, don't fall out of the pan. I mean, it rose so much. I was like, holy shit. And baked it. Oh man, it was making us all hungry. Yeah, by that time Rick was home, and it was making us all hungry. And it was just, and it takes about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on how fast it bakes. It only took about 45 minutes this time, and it was just like, wow, and it was beautiful. Took it out, and we had some nice warm fresh baked bread, and oh my gosh, and of course my favorite is the end pieces. Oh, phenomenal. Moist, and oh man, and crunchy on the outside, and man, delicious. Yeah, I actually wound up having 2 pieces. I had one before I went to bed. It's not going to last for very long, that's for sure. I'm going to have to get some flour, some more flour, and yeah. So anyway, so I did that. Excuse me. And also made peanut butter cookies. I had forgotten I was going to do that yesterday. I'd already taken out butter, and it was funny. I made the base dough, and I'm like, something's missing, and I'm like, oh, you fool! You forgot to put the peanut butter in, and I already put the flour in. I'm like, oh well. So, made for a very light, fluffy cookie, and they're falling apart. It's okay. They're still good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, Rick was having a little difficulty staying out of them. But delicious. Plus, got my chicken going. My whole fryer. Baked that last night. Made myself chicken dinner. And got that saved up. And then I realized I completely forgot to give her little treat. Anytime I bake a chicken or a turkey, she always gets a little bit. I completely forgot. I'm like, oh my gosh. I felt so bad. But she was okay. And she ate on it. She got it a little bit late. She ate a little bit. But I noticed this morning she finished it off. So, it's like, yeah. So, but anyway. So today I'm going to be making my noodles, rolling out my noodles for chicken noodle soup, and I'm going to make my soup. So, and of course I need to get a hold of Walgreens and see about getting that taken care of with the sensors. So, saw a blue jay yesterday on the bird feeder. Even though they don't have any feed on there. Beautiful, beautiful bird, beautiful, gorgeous. Saw the albino squirrel yesterday on one of the rooftops. Actually, the one neighbor there to the south, right there on the peak. Beautiful, gorgeous. I didn't have my regular glasses that I used to see for distance, but she was beautiful, really, really beautiful, and wound up being chased by a gray squirrel. So I think it's female. I think so. After all, it is mating season. So yeah, but all in all, it's a great day. It's been a great time off, and I knew, like I said at the start, I knew it was going to be. But like I said, I had to face it. I need to face everything. And the big question that has been posed, will I wait? As long as there can be a discussion, as it needs to happen. And then go from there. So that's where I'm at right now. But I will wait, at least for that. So, and if it doesn't happen, fine, so be it. I'll move on. But I'm not going to wait forever. I'm worth more than that. I'm worth the world, as far as I'm concerned. And I said that before. And of course, it wasn't listened to. So, all right. I will, but not forever. I will move on. So, I'm not somebody that you could put on a back burner and expect to watch the water boil. Well, actually, you're going to watch the water boil. So, anywho. Alright. I got things to do today. This is going to be a great day. Weather has been beautiful. Been able to have the windows open. I know they keep turning the AC on in the evening or whatever, and it's like, why? Get some fans, get them blowing into the house. It's beautiful outside. Just need to get the cool air inside. That's all. But, oh well. It's been wonderful. Wonderful sleeping weather. Trees are in bloom. It's wonderful to watch. Grass is green, and yeah, it's beautiful to watch. Absolutely beautiful to watch. I'm loving it. So, but yeah, I'm loving being back east. Whether I'll stay or not, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, we'll see. Whether it's here, maybe that house down there in Alabama that I absolutely love. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up back on the West Coast. We'll see. Sky. Even the sky isn't the limit. You are your limit. You are your only limitation. So, it's wonderful feeling. It's really wonderful to finally feel free again. To finally feel me again in many ways, but a better version of me. Gone with all that noise and living my life the way I want to live it and not giving a shit anymore. And it's a wonderful feeling. Very wonderful. So anyway, I love you guys. Yeah. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Love you.